Well, hello my friends. Yes, you have come to the right place, because this is where octopus dreams come true. And we are finally going to finish this giant felted octopus. Of course, my ADHD brain tried to flunk out of this giant project a couple of times. But for you guys, I'm gonna keep going and finish it. So we have reached the happy stage of being able to produce all the suckers and stick them on the legs, and then assemble the whole octopus, and not forgetting the little surprise I promised you right at the beginning of this journey. For that purpose, I got myself a nice little number of knitting needles, which I don't usually use. Wrap most of it around there, and then wet felt it down and be able to cut it into nice little chunks, and then probably glue it on. It's the easiest solution. So let's give that a go, shall we? I've got like 3 different sizes of needles here. I got a bit of coconut oil, put that on there. Alright, I'll put some soap on that. That's what all the noise is about, baby seagulls on the roof. Oh, look at that. That came off really nice and easy. We have suckers. Excellent. Next to cut. So I then proceeded to cut up all my little tentacles into about 1.5 centimeter wide little strips to make all the individual suckers. And I kind of aimed for sort of 3 or 4 different thicknesses. Later I made another lot of really small ones, just to cover the ends as well. But at that point I didn't have those, so I cut them all and then I laid them out along the length of one of the arms to see how many I would actually need, and also how I would want to arrange the sizes on the length of the arm, because there is still the sort of umbrella shape that goes around the octopus, the wing, the skin flaps between the legs. And where that ends, that's really where the suckers are the biggest. So I tried to sort of take that into account. And just proceeded to cut up all the pieces that I had. There you can see the smaller ones I made right at the end there, in the darker ultramarine, blue, purpley kind of colors, like the tips of the octopus arms. So I laid them all out, and you can see how I kind of mingled up the colors a little bit along the length of the arm. And I particularly enjoyed, I think these ones look really good with a darker center, where I started off with a darker merino when I rubbed them. It makes it look very dynamic, and I really like that. So it took about 2 days, I think, for them to fully dry out. Yay. And then I decided I needed to felt another piece to go around the back or the front, depending on how you see it,
I wish.
of the octopus, to make the connection between the mantle and the legs, arms. And I also felted the round piece that goes between the legs.
I hope I get
the
this
skin
off there.
bit.
I did put some oil on it,
There must be a name for this.
so it should be alright.
And I also felted 2 of these tubes that will make the siphons, the breathing tubes for the octopus. And there's me just making a few really thin suckers because I realized I did want them to go all the way to the end of the leg. But they were quick and easy to make, not a problem. But yeah, there was a fair bit of felting involved with all the different pieces. And I can't wait to stick it all together, which is going to happen next. Meanwhile, my octopus mantle had grown a mohair beard, which I proceeded to shave off a little bit because it was getting a bit too fluffy. I had a lot of fun making this octopus mantle piece that you can see in part 1 of this series. And I learned quite a bit about how to make sort of structural felt, which is something I'd never really done before. It's also very simple. You just kind of make the shape you want and then rinse it out and poke out the shapes you want. And it will dry pretty much in that shape. I think you can enforce it with heat by applying heat to it and pressing it and different techniques. But yeah, it was a good start, I think, to get into that. And yay, it was finally time to start sticking those suckers onto the arms. So I decided what was the upside of the arm, and the underside was a bit more blue, I think. So I turned it over and then started sticking on the smallest suckers at the end of the arm with my trusty old Yoo-hoo glue. Go along them with my felting needle later on and just make sure all the edges are nice. But looks pretty cute, doesn't it? So once I've worked my way up the arm about 15-20 centimeters, I started doubling up the suckers in a double line and kept building up the size a bit as well. So the last 10 centimeters of the arm is really where the suckers get smaller again. So I laid them out in a way that the biggest ones were just sort of 3/4 of the arm down from the tip, and then they got smaller again. I hope that's going to work out with my in between umbrella skin. Not tried it out yet at this point in time. while I'm narrating this bit. And then you can see I also varied the height of the suckers a little bit there to make it look like some of them were sort of reaching out. And the colors, which I think looks really cool. So this was the first arm, where I just kind of stuck down the ones I had. And then after sort of 2 or 3 arms of doing this, I actually realized I might run out of suckers. And I started cutting some of them in half. And that worked quite well. I still have 2 to go at this point in time. And I've got plenty of suckers left, so it's probably also going to help to reduce the weight of the whole piece a little bit, which is a good thing, because it's starting to get heavy. Yeah, after gluing each piece down, I really go around. Once I've glued down a few, I kind of go around with a felting needle and make sure they're all stuck on nicely. And felt it down the middle of them, because the middle of the sucker is a bit hollow usually, so I felted that part down a bit on most of them. And just worked my way along. Now you might wonder how octopuses actually manage to not get their own legs tangled up. But they actually secrete a chemical that is sort of repellent to their own skin, and that prevents them from ending up tied in a big octopus knot. So as I come higher up the leg, I might actually flatten the leg down a little bit first before I put the glue on, just to give it a better chance to adhere. I see it looks good. You guys, I've got one more leg to felt the edges, and then I'm done with the legs. Done with the legs. Look. I'm so happy. And then I can start assembling this thing. Oh my god. Exciting. Oh man, I've got all the bits together. Look at that. Ooh. Pull a piece into 8 pieces and see how I get to stick that in between there to make it look. Because these are all the wrong shape, aren't they? I should come out that way, but sure we can manage to do something with that. So let's see how that goes. I wonder if I should cut it all in equal pieces, or alright, let's see if we can stretch it a bit in a way that is more akin to this octopus skin. Oh, hang on, actually, they're the wrong way around. I need to go right this way. Maybe did it the wrong way. Because that's the top. I'm actually wondering if I should sew those things in a little bit. So, I'm just taking my invisible thread. One should really not use invisible thread after 50. And just stitch along here a little bit. Just to make it a little bit more secure, rather than just having the felting going along there. Because when the legs get pulled and stuff, I don't want them to come apart, obviously. From the underside, it looks something like this. Well, this is fairly coming along. Looking pretty good. Alright, let's have a look at this thing. No, not that, that's my breakfast. This over here. This. So, yeah, these are the pieces sort of stuck together a little bit. I just have to find a way to assemble it all. I think I have to make a wire connection. So I made this wire loop and wrapped it with core wool and attached it to where I wired all my legs together and pulled up the wire a little bit to kind of, I still want to sort of get a slightly raised shape. I'll build that up in the middle quite a bit. Gonna tie it down a bit, I think, with the invisible thread. So somehow that's where it needs to get all connected. Ah, I cut out these webs a little bit more, and now it's starting to kind of look better. I think I'm getting there slowly. So I took my little collar and wrapped it around there and cut it into flaps to line up with the legs. And now I'm gonna stitch each of those flaps on top of each leg to make the connection. So it's just kind of coming along. I'm starting to see where that is going. Good stuff. The whole thing is starting to remind me of a tree trunk a little bit. I wonder if there's a strange sort of overlap in terms of the nervous system. Mystery. Yeah, flattening down the edges of those webs was really one of those aha moments where you think like, now it looks much more realistic. Need to kind of position that eyeball. And did you know that octopuses can squeeze through any tiny space as long as it's big enough for their eyeballs to fit through? And then I will stuff it a little bit more inside there. Alright. This is it. Just need to sew this on, and then I'm there. It actually looks like it's smiling. I think I might leave that. Thread to sew it together, by the way. I don't know what it's called, but it's a very tough thread. iPhone's in there. And it's finally time to reveal to you the big, giant, felted octopus in all its glory. After a month of hard work, I am more than happy to finally have finished this giant project. It was a challenge, I have to admit, but it also whetted my appetite to make a few bigger projects in the future, and I've got ideas already. But, oh, hang on. I think Harriet here wanted to show you something. So there you have it, one complete octopus make. And if you want to join me for the next crazy Harriet, put the sheep down. Put it down, go on.